When a North Carolina boy meets a beautiful girl from far away, he should do everything he can to win her over.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're ranking every Nicholas Sparks film adaptation.
It's a clean, empty canvas.
You're just starting over.
I might kiss you.
I might be bad at it. You belong here. With us.
For this list, we'll be looking at all the films that were based on Nicholas Sparks novels. We will be discussing the movie's plots, so a spoiler alert is in effect. Which Sparks film is your favorite? Let us know in the comments. Number 11, The Choice. This movie follows two bickering neighbors, Travis and Gabby, as they fall in love and choose to be with each other.
You gonna dance with me out on the grass?
No.
Why do you make it so hard for me to flirt with you?
Because if I made it easy, you wouldn't flirt anymore.
It seems like they're headed for a picture-perfect future, until a car accident jeopardizes her life. The story ultimately has a happy ending, but it's not very engaging.
You're late.
I'm sorry.
The Choice technically has all the classic makings of a great Sparks film. An unlikely love story, a tragedy that threatens everything, and puppies. But it pales in comparison to his other adaptations. The main couple isn't compelling, the humor doesn't land, and Tom Welling is underutilized as the other guy. Plus, the film's slow pace makes it hard to get into the story.
I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm good at what? I mean, not funny, not smart, nothing to look at.
No.
Number 10, The Best of Me. This is the story of Dawson and Amanda, told through two timelines. In the present, they reconnect after the death of Tuck, a friend who was like family.
You know, we don't have to do this. Ask the questions, tell our stories, pretend to want to know about each other's lives.
Well, I do want to know.
We're not here for a reunion, we're here for Tuck.
Back in 1992, we watched them fall in love and get torn apart by violent circumstances.
I can't have you getting hurt.
I'm not gonna get hurt.
You hang around with me long enough and you will.
I don't care.
Now adults, they work to heal their old wounds and realize they still love each other. But when Amanda decides to leave her husband to go back to Dawson, tragedy strikes. Dawson is murdered and her son gets seriously hurt. In a bittersweet twist, her lover's death saves her child's life.
So, did you know?
Yes. I knew Dawson.
Great, so when I'm home for spring break, maybe you can tell me a bit about him.
I would love that.
It's a good story, and Tuck infuses it with a lot of heart. But the movie tries to fit too much into its plot, making it difficult to dive in head first. Number 9, The Lucky One. When Marine Logan Tebow finds a woman's picture on the battlefield, he decides to seek her out once he's back in the US.
Looks like it saved you. Got yourself a guardian angel.
She's not mine.
The woman is Beth, a divorced mother processing the passing of her brother Drake, a Marine who died overseas. The two meet, fall in love, and Logan even bonds with her son Ben. Yet he fails to tell her about the picture. Her controlling ex-husband Keith finds it though, which sends everything into disarray.
Understand this. This was Drake's. It was meant to keep him alive.
I wish it had. I wish it had.
It all culminates in a storm that not everybody survives. Thankfully, Logan, Beth, and Ben live happily ever after.
You belong here. With us.
The movie is over the top at times, but it intertwines themes of fate, love, death, and family beautifully. Plus, it features Zac Efron and Taylor Schilling, which is a treat. Number 8, The Last Song. Ronnie, played by Miley Cyrus, is a combative teenager. She gives everyone, especially her dad Steve, a hard time.
Oh, you don't have to wait up for me, Dad. I'm not 12.
I wasn't worried about you when you were 12.
Oh, and now you are.
But when she falls in love with Will, played by Liam Hemsworth, she lets her guard down. In a cruel twist of fate, it is precisely as she lets music back into her life and reconnects with her father that we learn he is dying.
Why didn't you tell us?
It's not what I wanted this time to be about.
To make matters worse, the church fire everyone blames Steve for was caused by Will's friend, and he knew.
Why didn't you say something?
Well, it's not that simple. It wasn't about me. I mean, Scott's a good guy.
I don't care, Will. You knew how guilty my dad felt, and you let him feel that way.
There's heartbreak and turmoil, and though her dad doesn't make it, Ronnie grows a lot as a person. While she and Will end up together, it's the love story between Ronnie and her family that makes this movie powerful. Number 7. Nights in Rodanthe. What happens when you take over your friend's bed and breakfast for a few days? If you're Adrian, you meet a reserved doctor named Paul. Sparks fly, but they both lead complicated lives. Her husband wants her back, and her daughter is constantly criticizing her. Meanwhile, he's estranged from his son and is being sued.
Mark did not approve. I'm sure he felt it was just another example of me making the wrong decision. Bad doctor, bad father, bad.
Yet that doesn't stop their love from blossoming. As they forge an unbreakable bond, Paul leaves for South America to make things right with his son. Tragically, he dies while there and never makes it back to Adrian.
Because of you, he was a changed man. You gave me back my father. You saved him.
It's heartbreaking, but Diane Lane and Richard Gere deliver stellar performances and are charming to watch. Not to mention, it's nice to see a mature couple as the protagonists in a romance movie. Number 6. Safe Haven. Julianne Hough and Josh Duhamel take center stage as Katie and Alex in this emotional tale about a woman looking for a new beginning.
Just a clean, empty canvas.
You're just starting over.
You know, sort of.
We meet Katie on the run as she moves to a small town, where she meets widower Alex and his 2 kids. Naturally, they fall in love. But her past comes back to haunt her. She left home to get away from her abusive husband Kevin, who manages to track her down.
He doesn't know you like I know you. He doesn't love you like I love you.
No, he doesn't.
Things come to a head in a roaring fire where he dies, after which Katie is free to be with her new family. Plus, there's a twist at the end that's out of this world. Romance, family, suspense, and supernatural elements come together here to create an exciting viewing experience.
I hope that one day my family is whole again. But most of all, hope that somehow I'm there with all of you.
Number 5. The Longest Ride. Scott Eastwood's Luke and Britt Robertson's Sophia are smitten with each other.
No one has ever done anything like this for me before.
And when they save an elderly man named Ira, played by Alan Alda, from a crash, the story really takes off. As Sophia and Luke fall for each other but struggle to make it work, Ira's love story with a woman named Ruth plays out in flashbacks.
Ruth, look, I know I'm not a rich man. Don't know the last thing about art. All I can do is promise to love you every second of every day for the rest of my life.
Really?
The stories differ vastly, with one centering on a Jewish couple in the throes of World War II, and another focusing on an art lover and a bull rider grappling with their 2 different worlds. But in both cases, the couples have to choose what sacrifices they are willing to make for each other. This tale of enduring love will tug at your heartstrings, so keep some tissues handy.
When a North Carolina boy meets a beautiful girl from far away, he should do everything he can to win her over. And if he does, his life will be a portrait of happiness.
Number 4. Message in a Bottle. Newspaper researcher Teresa, played by Robin Wright, embarks on the ride of her life after she finds a washed-up love letter in a bottle. When more letters are unearthed, she decides to find their author, Garrett, played by Kevin Costner. Just as she was captivated by his words on the page, she falls for him in person.
I don't do this.
Oh, thank God I don't do this either. I mean, I'm not good at this.
Well, for 2 people that don't do it, we do it pretty well.
Garrett feels the same way, but he's not quite over his dead wife, Catherine. Things are further complicated when he learns Teresa has the letters.
I sent those letters into the sea to her, not to you. Not to all your friends at work. They all knew about me, didn't they? All about Catherine.
My life was changed by those 3 letters.
Still, he starts to process Catherine's passing. But in an ending that can only be described as devastating, he dies at sea before telling Teresa how much he loves her.
And now tomorrow I'm going to sail to the Windy Point, and I'm going to say goodbye to you. And then I'm going to go to this woman and see if I can win her heart.
With Wright and Costner's impeccable acting, this adaptation is captivating from start to finish. Number 3, Dear John. Channing Tatum is John and Amanda Seyfried is Savannah in this story of love and loss.
So you used to be tough. Maybe still are a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You don't scare me, John.
No? Oh, you scare me.
Their whirlwind romance is threatened after John extends his military commitment following the 9/11 attacks.
You don't understand.
Don't ever tell me I don't understand.
They write letters to each other and try to make it work, but she eventually moves on.
You want to tell him about it? What want to talk about? She found somebody else.
Years later, John returns home after his father suffers a stroke and spends his final moments with him. Later, he catches up with Savannah and realizes she married her neighbor Tim, who is now dying. It's not a traditional happy ending, but when Savannah and John run into each other again in the future, there's a hopeful feeling. Between their love and John's relationship with his dad, this movie is a tearjerker that will move you. Number 2, The Notebook. The Notebook features Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams as Noah and Allie. In the present, their love story is being read to an aging woman with dementia by a senior named Duke.
All right, now, where did we leave off? Oh, yeah. It was the night of the carnival.
He tells the tale of their joys and struggles, and how the young couple found their way back to each other despite countless obstacles.
So it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be really hard. And we're gonna have to work at this every day, but I wanna do that because I want you. I want all of you, forever, you and me, every day.
Of course, we learn that the narrator is actually present-day Noah, telling Allie their story to help her remember.
It was us. Oh, it was darling. Us. Oh, my sweetheart. Oh, I love you so much.
We see how perfect they are for each other, not just as young lovers, but also as seniors. By the time the credits roll, viewers are left feeling a little sad, but ultimately hopeful. Noah and Allie's love stands the test of time, and the movie definitely does too. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, A Walk to Remember. This classic stars Mandy Moore as Jamie, a shy reverend's daughter who keeps to herself. That is, until she ends up helping Landon, the school's resident cool kid, played by Shane West. They fall in love, and at first glance it seems like any other teenage romance. But there's a lot more depth to it than that.
I was getting along with everything fine. I accepted it, and then you happen. I do not need a reason to be angry with God.
Jamie is dying of cancer, so Landon does everything in his power to make her final months special. It's a beautifully bittersweet love story that's enchanting from beginning to end.
I'm scared of not being with you.
Oh, baby, that'll never happen.
Moore's singing voice is angelic, and the chemistry between her and West is undeniable. That, coupled with how tragedy, love, and family merge so thoughtfully, ensures this is a film you'll never get tired of revisiting.
But our love is like the wind. I can't see it, but I can feel it.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.